Hello, this is Courtney with Secret Creative. Thanks for joining me on day 6 of my 12 days of card making, red, black, and white snowflakes. Starting off with a stamp set from Catherine Pooler, the Peaceful Flakes stamp set, and a card panel of Gina K Cherry Red cardstock. I'm going to be placing these stamps using my Misti. Going to layer up a little bit. So I'm going to start with the black snowflakes using a little bit of repositionable adhesive so I can stamp, so I can have my stamps overlap the card panel essentially. So I'm going to start with my sentiment about where I want it. I'm not going to be stamping the sentiment this first set, but I have it there for placement only at this point. So put some stamps down, transfer them to the lid, and then ink and stamp with Hero Arts Intense Black ink. I do make a couple impressions just to get good ink transfer. And then I clean the stamps and reposition them so that I can stamp and emboss some white snowflakes. So after I transfer these, this time I do leave the sentiment in place, as I do want that sentiment stamped. Before I do my embossing, I'm going to check this panel, make sure that black ink has dried. So I just put a little bit of the white embossing powder on, tap it off to see if it sticks, and you can see that there is some powder there. So all I have to do is brush that off, hit this with a heat tool a little bit, just to make sure that ink dries completely. And then try it again with a little bit more embossing powder. The second time I try it, nothing sticks, so I'm ready to go. So I treat that panel with my anti-static pouch, brush off the excess, and then ink with some VersaMark, and then heat emboss with Ranger White embossing powder. Just cleaning up a little bit excess powder with a paintbrush, and then set with my Wagner heat tool. Trimming down these card panels, they are each a 1/4 inch different in size. The card base is white and it will be the bottom layer. And the card panel, you'll see that sentiment is offset a little bit, so I just checked it with a ruler to see about how much I needed to cut off, and decided I could trim just from one side and it would put that sentiment pretty much in the middle. I use double-sided adhesive strips to adhere everything together. And the way I do this is I place the strips on and then pull just the corners so I have tabs. And then I can position these with just a little bit of the stickiness out. Once I'm happy with my placement, I can just pull those strips because I've created little tabs to get the rest of the strip released and the panels can stick together. To finish off this card, I add some Nuvo crystal drops in Ebony Black just to accentuate some of the tips and bits on the black snowflakes. And with that, this card is complete. I love the bold colors and somewhat untraditional black snowflakes. I just love how it turned out. I hope you join me again tomorrow for day 7 and hope you're having a good holiday season. Bye-bye.